Could you tell me the truth?
No, probably not. I'd rather hear your theories.
I have considered radioactive spiders and kryptonite.
It's all superhero stuff, right? What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
You're not.
I just recently moved from Portland, Oregon, so I want to know how you love the rainy weather up there in Oregon.
I really loved Portland. I had a really good time in Portland. It's a cool town, but the weather is annoying.
I try to explain to people, and that in the course of a day you can have 5 seasons, pretty much. I don't know how anybody got any filming done.
No, I know. We had to jump around every 5 minutes. The weather changed.
Yeah. Now you did. I would imagine if you were afraid of heights, you'd have a little bit of problem with this role, because especially like working in the trees. Was that a little different?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we were on a platform, and we were also like on a cliff, which gave the illusion of being in a tree, like really like up at the top of the tree, even though we weren't. And there was like a couple days of being on a harness attached to Rob. Yeah. It was really cool that we didn't have to be on a green screen. I mean, most of this, you read the script and you're like, oh, okay, effects movie, green screen movie, but we didn't have the money to do that. We really pulled it off in person, so.
Yeah, but the wire work, though, I mean, is exhausting? I've always heard people say how tiring it is just hanging around.
It really is.
Yeah?
Yeah. Pressure points, armpits, start to kill.
After a while. And the other thing, too, is I was just telling Rochelle and Eddie about this. They were talking about, you're filming a lot in the woods. I asked, did anybody check you for ticks? Because I know.
Oh, God. I hate ticks. I can't.
They were like, what? Ticks? I'm like, yeah, every time you take your dog in the woods in Portland, you got to check them because they always have ticks on them somewhere. And they didn't know, so somebody blindsided them with that. I would imagine.
Yeah, actors are very sheltered. You don't want to freak out the actors because they'll have nervous breakdowns and ruin your whole day of shooting because we're really fragile little creatures. So.
I kept thinking of that too because there's scenes where you're lying in the woods or you're in the woods, standing in the woods. When I see that, I cringe because that's all I think about when I'm in there. And so
yeah, because of spiders and ticks and blood-sucking creatures.
Now we know that I guess we could say that Edward's character is a tortured soul, but was Bella a tortured soul as well, you think?
No, not at all. She's in the beginning of the movie. As much as everybody says, "Oh, she's an outsider and she doesn't really know how she fits in," she is perfectly fine with that, and she just really is like fine with being solitary. She's not like searching for something in the beginning of the movie. It's a skewed balance. I mean, she helps him. He doesn't really help her. You know,
she has the greatest entrance, too, to Edward, too, walking in front of the fan with the hair blowing.
Yeah.
I just thought that was really funny. But I was not aware of Twilight. Never heard about it. But once you find out about Twilight, it's freaking everywhere.
I know. The second I signed on to do the movie and I went back to LA from Pittsburgh, I was doing another movie when I auditioned for it. Catherine came to Pittsburgh and we like worked for 4 hours in this room. And then when I came back, I was like, oh, wow, it's really everywhere. Like, once you're aware of it, it just slaps you in the face everywhere you go.
I imagine the fans are coming out of the woodworks, too, probably more than you care to. Well, you just said Pittsburgh. I actually live in Pittsburgh now, and Aaron in Pittsburgh as well. What were you doing in Pittsburgh?
You moved from Portland to Pittsburgh.
Exactly. I've been stalking you,
you have
actually.
been.
Yeah, what are you
but,
doing?
like, in a reverse way.
Yeah, okay, you were doing that before. What's going on in Pittsburgh?
A movie called Adventureland.
Okay.
Greg Mottola, who directed Superbad, it's his second movie. It's not like a broad comedy. It is funny at times, but it's really sweet. It's more of like a dramedy.
And what time of the year were you there?
Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Last year.
That's not too bad. Chilly, but nice. Pittsburgh treat you well?
Oh yeah. Pittsburgh was fun too. Pittsburgh was like real, not a city, but just like a town, like living in an American town. It was kind of cool. I liked it.
Now, once you find out, like I said, they're everywhere, did you read all through the books or anything? Because now I'm kind of interested in finding out more, but then there's a part of me that wants to kind of just wait for the movie.
I mean, how similar are they?
Yeah.
They're sort of the same. It's funny, it's a 500-page book condensed into like an hour and a half or whatever the movie is. But there's nothing from the book, and I care about the book just as much as the rabid fans, that I feel like we didn't get to experience that, and I'm really disappointed. It really is like all of the iconic scenes are in the movie, and the essence and the feeling is really, I mean, I think there.
Was the rehearsal for the kiss the slowest attempt of a kiss I think I've ever seen on screen?
I know.
Did you guys actually rehearse how slow that was going to be?
Yeah, absolutely. That we had an entire day to do that scene.
It probably took an entire day to film.
Yeah, I know. 2 takes later, and it's like lunch, and then. Yeah, that was one of the scarier scenes. I've been talking a lot. Scenes to shoot. It needed to be really specific because vampires don't exist, right? And so you don't know what it feels like to be around one, or to let alone have like that connection. So. We wanted it to be really, really hard, and it was really stressful to get it right, to have like the responsiveness be really specific and like acute and noticeable.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing the next one.
Nice.